Hi friends! If you click to check out new looks using the McGrath Mothership 6 Midnight Sun, then please keep on watching. Hi, my name is Alicia. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for clicking on my video. Kinky Sweat stands for my kinky hair and sweat life. I'm a fitness professional who loves things, all movement and beauty. If you want to check out what I do in between the makeup, stick it, head over to my Instagram. I will include the Super She app link down below where I have my live classes. I might be doing something on Instagram, IG, TV, live. I will let you know. And I'm also going to be doing more YouTube lives because it seems that we have the time to hang out, so why not? With that said, I am very happy to continue my Pat McGrath Mothership Remastered series. I have a whole playlist where I use all her shadow palettes and create 3 looks with them. I wanted to revisit the palettes, however. I felt like my technique got better, the way I've been filming has been improved a little bit, and today we are looking at Midnight Sun. Now, Midnight Sun, I feel, disappointed a lot of people, and we all have our reasons behind that. I love this palette. I think it's one of my favorites thus far from Mama Pat, and it's because it's subdued. It's very low-key, and you really have to grasp the concept of Midnight Sun, I feel, to truly appreciate the color story of this palette. Or not, you're like, no, it sucks. I don't care what you say. Fine. For me, though, I just love how Pat created a palette that I feel is a little more user-friendly. When she released Divine Rose, perhaps that's one of the more user-friendlier ones in her Mothership collection. But when Midnight Sun came out, I felt that you could create really impactful looks, but they're not super dazzling, show-stopping, right? Because as much as we love those moments, if we can't have those moments in our daily life, or we just don't want them, I feel Midnight Sun, that's the role that it plays for the makeup wearer that's on a different wavelength. Is not right or wrong, just a different wavelength to ride on. And I feel this wavelength is chill, and sometimes that's a good way to go. Okay, I will include all products that I have on my face down below if you want to check them out. I have the lids prepped with MAC's Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. And with that said, friends, why don't you zoom in a little closer? And we can, because you over there and I'm over here. So what shall we start with, friends? I want to do a lot of things, but I'm trying to remember what I've already done before. Forgive me for not mentioning this. I do have a full-on review on Midnight Sun on the channel with swatches, product details for looks. Let's start off with Blood Moon. Could be a troublesome shade. It is one of the more textured shades in the palette, so we could go in with our finger, or you go in with it wet on the get-go. I'm going to take some here and just carefully press it right on the inner part of my eye while I slowly start to get my mirror. There we go. I feel if you press first before you start swiping, it can deposit a beautiful wash of the shade, and it is simply gorgeous. I love this shade so much. I'm just tapping more here right under the crease line because I want it to take over the majority of the inner part of my lid. Blitz Violet Orchid, is that what it's called? I don't have the name card, so forgive me if I totally screw up these names. Umasoniji Worker 1. And tapping that now on the outer edge of the lid is all about the tap when it comes to these textures, friends. This specifically, this shade is her gel type of formula that doesn't have a lot of fallout in the pan. Is almost like a gel to powder consistency, and that's such a pretty combination. Now, fun fact, you could actually maneuver this gel type of texture around like you would, let's say, a satin or matte finish. And here with that shade, I'm taking my Esom S33 and whipping it along the crease line to get a little further out and to also further buff. But you see how beautifully it moves if you feel you want to experiment more with these textures that typically are applied on the lid as a standout shade, right? You see the texture, you see the sparkle, and you think, oh, well, inner corner or lid only. but you can very much well apply this on your crease and have a little more fun with the application. I'm just gonna wing it out just the slightest. Skin Show Moon Glow. Some W21 on the brow arch. I think this is antique gold. Maybe. Same brush, but on the inner part of the eye. This is that same gel-like texture that will benefit from a finger application or a brush like this one. This is sable hair and it picks up hard to pick up pigments such as these on a softer brush, let's say. But because this is stiffer in design, is successful in picking these types of textures up. So we got the gold there with the blood moon. I'm taking some blood moon and just tapping more on the inner part of the lid, combining it some more with Blitz Violet and the antique gold. And I think that's a really nice combination. On the lower lash line, we could just stick with the Blitz here and blood moon here, but because I want to use as many shades as possible, I'm actually going to go in with my favorite shade in this freaking palette, Wicked Envy. It could be a total and utter mistake. Or should I do the bronze one? Oh, we have a dilemma. Let's do bronze. I have a plan for Wicked Envy on this other eye. Taking my very old MAC brush along the lower lash line, combining it with Blitz. And why not taking a little bit of Blitz just on the outer portion of the lash line. This is my Esum G34 with no additional product and feathering out the edges of the Blitz Orchid shade just so it could look a little smoother here. There we go. It's doing good. Now, Astral Solstice. I feel the shade everyone hates. However, I'm taking my Makeup Forever 224 silicone tip applicator, taking Astral Solstice on the very edge, and then pressing it right here on the inner part of the eye. Oh, we have to go Wicked Envy. I did Wicked Envy on the majority of my lid, I feel, in my first video. But what if we, oh, I know what to do. Hold up, I know what to do. Tuckahoe T7 eyeshadow brush. Creating brackets of Wicked Envy. And then placing the antique gold shade on the center. I'm patting down first so I could get full color opacity, and then I'll start to take it through the crease to connect those brackets. I'm keeping it tight around the edge as I will go in with another brush to fluff out the edges. Tuckahoe B142 with Wicked Envy. A little bit here to further smooth out this edge that we patted down and whipping it through. I'm not taking it out yet because I'm debating if I want to go in with Taboo, that light brown matte, to further, this is so light, oh my gosh, to further blur out the edges of Wicked Envy. But that's really nice already. Taking gold, press on the center between the Wicked Envy brackets. I don't know where my T7 is. It's somewhere in my brush bucket, but I'll go in with Wayne's number 7. Wicked Envy to buff the edges of the gold shade so it could look a little more smooth and blurred. I was tapping around here as such. I like the scatter here towards the crease, so I'm going to leave that alone because there is some gold specks in Wicked Envy already. So the antique gold shade, I feel, just melts in with that very nicely. Now with Taboo, with my Tuckahoe B142 on the edges of Wicked Envy and just further buffing out here. I'll take Wicked Envy on the same B142 and further pull out the edge so it could look a little more pointed alongside the Taboo application. Funny. Isum G34, no additional product. Just making that all look smooth. We got a little fallout from Wicked Envy, but you know what? It's all good. Just twist right off. Vermilion Venom. I gotta clean that brush. Hold on. You know I like my intensely red lower lash lines as per my Muerte video. With my Isum W23 along the lash line here. And I'm carefully whisking when I don't have a lot of product left on the brush. That's when you could whisk it out so it can align with the angle from Wicked Envy up top. And just taking Wicked Envy here, further blurring. Ooh, we could do Blitz Orchid, we can do the bronze, we could do Blood Moon. Why not? We don't know until we try. Wingas, number 5 pencil from his anniversary 2. Patting down around the edges of my inner corner, taking it in a little bit on the lower lash line here. I love applying Blitz Orchid on the inner corner. I think it's such a, it has color, but it's still light enough, I feel, to get away with this placement. Taking Astral Solstice with the same brush actually, and just patting it down right on the center so it could brighten up the Blitz Violet a little bit more. Alright friends, let's slap on some lashes and I'll be right back. And here's a close-up of both eyes done. Oh, I just realized I didn't fix this eyebrow. Excuse me. On the lashes I have Ardell Wispies, but in the style 700? Yes. They have differences in length, and I actually really liked this style of lash. They're very lightweight, but they're very long at the same time. It still has that invisible band that's easy to apply and can very much be applied without liner. And here's a look at the lids if you want to see. Oh yes. Oh yes. And here's a wide shot of the look. On the lips, I have the Mel Thompson and Christian Aldeck collab lip liner in the shade Smooches. Hey, Kelsey Brianna J. And on the lips, I have the Gucci satin finish in Penny Beige. I hope this gives you a little inspiration to combine more shades than you think you could, than you think you should, because I feel the shades are in this palette all together for a reason, and you can definitely experiment with how you layer them, how you pair them, whether it's just 2 or 4. And I love this combination of the Blood Moon and the lavender hue from Blitz Violet Orchid. I think it's just so beautiful. And this, the gold paired with Wicked Envy, is just lovely, lovely. But Wicked Envy on itself across the lid just gives a beautifully smoky olive tone to the look, and you could go either way. You can make it all exclusively olive, or you could put more antique gold on the center to make that gold shine pop. Vermilion Venom is such a beautiful shade. It's red, but it's like a brick muted red. It's like ugh. And so we're definitely gonna go in with the bronze color more so on the majority of the lid and see what we can do there. But yeah, hopefully this helped, and I'll see you in the next 2. Don't mind this under eye situation. I will tackle it once we get this eyeshadow on. Vermilion Venom with my Wayne number 16. I'm gonna whip that along the crease. I'm keeping it a little tighter for now because I don't know if I want to apply something on the edges. I mean, we're pretty high on the brow already, so I might just stick with this color. Applying a little more on the outer part here so it could have more contrast and more depth without necessarily using extreme, hold on, I can remember the shade name. Extreme Dusk? Is that what it is? I love the shade so much. Now with Extreme Dusk, back in with my Hakuhodo B142. Let's tap that onto the outer corner first. Start from the lash line, then I tap it up towards the lower part of the crease line. By the time the brush ends there, product has been mostly distributed on this part, which I want, so it doesn't appear heavy and muddy near the crease. And once all the shadow has been placed, you can take circular motions to further buff it out. Isum W21 with the bronze metallic. I'm gonna pull that right across here on, pull it right across here on the lid. Tapping so I could keep it right under here on the crease line. Caught it. Taking the dusk shade on the edges here so it could look a little more seamless in the transition. Not bad at all. Definitely using antique gold for the inner corner moment on this eye. Tapping it here on a large portion actually, so it could really stand out. And I'm pulling it inner lower lash line as well. Definitely going in with Wicked Envy. This is with my Esum W20. Is it 21 or 23? Ooh, I'm sorry. The big one is 23 and the little one's 21. Along the lower lash line here. Get in there, get in there. Just bringing it little in towards antique gold so those shades could blend nicely. Most definitely have to go in with Fenty Beauty's Bank Tank right here, and I'm wedging it well through the lashes too. Dusk shade with the W36 Esum brush and whipping it together with Wicked Envy and what's going on up top. You know, I'm taking my refer number 3 instead actually, which is 50 off in their concept store online if you want to check it out. Can't go wrong. 50% off on a handmade Japanese brush, and this one in particular is outstanding. Taking more of the antique here. Same refer brush on the inner corner. This is my refer number 14. No additional product, just whipping the edges of everything. Actually, I'm going to tap a little more here so it could appear more seamless and together. There we go. What are we going to do on this side, friends? Why not? Let's go with Taboo. If all else fails, Taboo on the crease, the bronze shade on the lid, or even Wicked Envy. You could do this on the crease and Vermilion Venom all over the lid for an all matte look. I'm gonna whip it out, whip it out. I'm going in a third time because I want this to show up nice and rich on the skin. Blitz Violet Orchid on the finger. Very easy. It would imagine my nail polish. Esum S33 with no additional product. I'm just kicking off some of the Blitz shade from Taboo because I don't want it to travel so high into the crease. Excuse me while I lighten you up a little bit. What can we do here? We could keep the Blitz Orchid shade, or I'm gonna apply Blitz Orchid on that piece. I'm gonna tap and take the Astral Solstice shade and just tap it on the center, right on the center, so it could look like the night sky. Just if you're in a forest, have you ever seen that image of the forest with the trees alongside and then the stars just travel up? It's just, oh my goodness me. That's what I'm trying to create on my lid, okay? Going back with my Wayne 16 and with Taboo to further blow out the edges here. We didn't do Blood Moon as a lower lash line moment, but I'm actually going to keep this very simple and just do Taboo here on the lower lash line, because we can do the Blood Moon here on the inner part of the lower lash line if we wanted. Wayne Goss number 6, just with a fluffier brush so I could get more of a diffused look here. Sonaji Pencil Pro with Blood Moon, inner part of the lower lash line. I'm just carefully tapping here. Same brush with Skin Show Moon Glow as our inner corner highlight. Actually going in with my refer number 3, more so here. It's a little smaller than the Pencil Pro, so we got nice color on there, but it's just to refine it. And I did get some fallout, so that's why I held off from applying my concealer just yet. I'm gonna kick off whatever I can. All right, let's get these under eyes on, some lashes on, and I'll be right back. Look complete. Applied the concealer under my eyes and the same Ardell style lashes on the lids. And here you could just see a close-up of everything together, lid and lower lash line. And on the lips, I have the Velvet Matte by Lisa Eldridge in the shade Velvet Decade. I decided to go a little smoky because we went very earthy with this eye and then a little more colorful on this side, but we still maintain some of the neutrality using the Taboo shade on our crease initially. But I love this side. I think the olive on the lower lash line paired with Vermilion Venom and the Extreme Dusk shade with the bronze, it's just so beautifully earthy and smoky at the same time. And Blitz Violet Orchid is just so much fun. You know, you just apply it on your lid. You could do a wing if you want a little more intensity or contrast there. And then Blood Moon works beautifully well, either lower lash line or the majority of the lid. If you didn't want to do like we did in the first look, we could have went all over from inner to outer corner instead of just the middle. So, I mean, you could do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. So hopefully, friends, this helped in providing you some inspiration to dive back into your Midnight Sun. The original playlist was motivated by the fact that we buy very expensive palettes that we sometimes get intimidated by, and they're sitting in our own drawers, that we got to get back in, play a little bit, and know that these shades were curated for a reason. You can wear them together in any which way, whether you want to go event, you want to go daily, or anywhere in between. Which palette is up next? Well, I guess we just have to wait and find out. And until then, friends, that is a wrap. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helped, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing to my channel. And until then, I'll see you on here again with another review, tutorial, palette revisit, favorites of the month, or Friday night chit chat. Take care, and I'll see you again soon.